Alright, S. Yes. Start and stop. Yeah, those are good ones. Right, but that's, that's what first comes to mind, so we'll go with those. Obvious, lots of S words. Stupid. Sucky. Succubusy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going with start and stop, just because I have a theme in my head. Yeah, it's going to be the video I'm going to be doing anyway. Sorry about the airplane, and the birds, and the trees, and all the other annoying bits of nature out here in nature. Damn cold. Ooh. It was 100 degrees the other day, and now it's like 65 or something. Ugh, it's horrible. I'm going to freeze to death swimming, but who cares? Anyway, where was I? Start, stop. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, 4 billion years ago, this DNA molecule thingy, made a reproducing cell. Well, it became part of a reproducing cell. And it started something. And I'm sort of arguing that we should stop that something. And there's the irony. Something with no brain, just a happenstance of chemistry, starts something. For 4 billion years, it evolves. For hundreds of millions of years, the little evolvees become feeling and start eating the skin off of each other, not knowing that they're basically cannibalizing their own relations and causing horrific unpleasantness to be endured. Yeah, there's no way we're ever going to do something spectacular enough to justify the experiment. And so that's one issue. Like, if you could be there on initiation day and evaluate and know what was going to come, especially if, let's say, the human race just dismally fails, nuclear winter, blah blah blah, cockroach city, just nothing good happens, and then the whole thing just gets blown up by an asteroid or a comet. Yeah, I mean, if you knew that was the destiny of it, would you allow it to initiate? And I think most rational people would say, no, that really is fail. But yeah, well, obviously we can't undo the past, so let's just deal with the present. So yeah, we're part of we're a drunk driver, and we've killed 15 people on a bus going to a nursery school or something. Yeah, so what do we do? How do we recover? How do we make something out of this crap? And the point is there's no way to do that. But we can't fix the past, and all we got is the future. And so we're still at the same dilemma. It's still just an initiation of stupidity. It's still a dumb process: consumption, reproduction, cannibalism. Right? Those are the 3 first words. They're the ones, they're just undisputable. They're just the facts of the material function. And then you get this tricky word, addiction, which nobody wants to really deal with. But it's the big one for us. Because why would we not stop what was started by just chemistry? Why wouldn't we stop it? It wasn't started by some Einstein. It was started by a retard. Why wouldn't we stop a ball rolling that's rolling because a retard pushed it? And the only reason we wouldn't is because of that addiction problem. People are addicted. They can't see past their hunger. They can't see past their attachment, their love, their affection, their, however you want to describe that attractive sensation. They just can't see past it. And that's the nature of addiction, unfortunately. They are compelled to defend, because that's what they are made of, and they have to defend themselves. So they have to defend the existence of life, or something like that. So anyway, but I mean, clearly, the sensible thing to do is still the same as it was 4 billion years ago. First, do no harm. First, stop it. Just stop it. You're done. You can't make anything out of this. There's no good ingredients. They're all bad ingredients: consumption, reproduction, cannibalism. Just nothing good in there. The intelligence thing is a facade. It's all we use it for is to clean up the mess our sentience makes. I mean, that's just so stupid. I mean, one part of us throws the dirt on the floor, the other part of us vacuums part of it up. Who would invent that machine? If I gave you a machine that does that, it goes into your house and throws dirt on the floor, then it vacuums up half of it and then leaves. What the fuck would that be? You wouldn't pay money for that. You wouldn't buy one. You wouldn't say, hey, we got to make more of those. Let's go ask the Chinese to make them cheap. I want one of those, you know, mess makers. So yeah, life is fail. Let's stop it. There, enough of a video. Okay, till next time and such. Now I'll make a whole video on exactly the same subject. Cool. Yeah. Alright, T. I hit the button, I think. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, I did. Alright, T. Oh, man. There should be a ton of T words, right? So, first word, Trilobite. Yeah, well, that's just no good. I mean, it's the evolution thing, of course, but yeah, just imagine hundreds of millions of years of these little, you know, biological tanks roaming the seas, you know, just ripping each other's shells off. I mean, just absolutely horrible. I mean, fortunately, it didn't have much of a brain, but, you know, the whole vertebrate thing happened. The whole brain thing happened. So, yeah, it's not good. So I guess this is an evolution thing because I started with Trilobite. So what the hell? Well, don't go there. Still haven't cut their field yet. Oh, it's nice and sunny over there. Yeah, it's patchy here. Anyway, so where's I going to go with that? Oh yeah, the whole evolution thing. And, you know, Dawkins says there's basically 3 occurrences of mammals. You know, the Australian marsupials. You know, not really mammals. But anyway, you know, North America. And then he says South America. I don't know. Is South America really that distinct? But they all had to evolve from the same whatever. Salamammal, you know, some sort of warm-blooded thing too, which is a little weird because then you get into the whole bird thing. I mean, do us and birds have some sort of common ancestor that did the warm-blooded thing? Yeah. But anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, you know, they got those big hooved rats down there in South America. I mean, they had to be related to the hooved animals up here, I think. I mean, I don't think mammals did that thing twice, you know, where you turn a hand into a hoof. But I don't know the specifics of that, whatever it is, that, I don't know, that giant muskrat or whatever the fuck it is down South America. You know, and jaguars are pretty close to, I mean, I don't think they're biologically that different from the cats in Africa or something, but maybe they're completely different. But anyway, the point is no primates though. I mean, you know, South America has primates, but those are primates, I think, that are pretty much related to the primates in the rest of the world. I mean, the monkeys. So that doesn't really work. But anyway, the point is Australia is kind of a nice closed example. And you really didn't have brainy animals. I mean, you know, they sort of did the pattern, carnivore and prey, but they really didn't do the, you know, brain thing, big brain thing. They did enough brains to figure out how to kick and fight and run away and maybe even do the sheltering thing some ways or other. But yeah, there's no big brains. You know, big brains really aren't, you know, being too much of a control freak in nature isn't really rewarded. And as I've pointed out before, you know, the human race has never really survived natural selection. I mean, we've only done the big brain with culture and science for a few thousand years. So That's nothing in evolutionary time. So big brain might be a big failure. Giving us the nuclear stick is probably going to get us extinct. It's going to get us devolved. We're not going to do the singularity. We're going to do it however you spell singularity backwards. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the retardarity. We're going to go from smart little human to putrid cockroach. And that's what's going to happen to the human race. That's going to be your marvelous destiny. So you'll perpetuate a stupid game just to prove Gary right. Unfortunately, you're just going to turn into scuds. You're pond scum. You're going right back to where you started for all your trouble. You'll end up be like the Planet of the Apes. You'll end up back home. And it'll all be a waste. So anyway, yeah, that's really enough. Thank you very much, and such, and so forth, and whatnot. Crowds of people on my path. It's raining. Yeah, go figure. Pool is really nice though. Relative comparison, air temperature a little cooler, water warmer is good. Anyway, you. Yeah, the obvious. You. Alright, I'll use utilitarian. I won't go with the obvious you, because it's not really the right you. Anyway, I was thinking, I sort of like these videos. People aren't watching them very well, but I think it's a good idea. So I think I'll go another round, starting from the beginning again. So if on this video you want to suggest words, alphabetical words, just put one word and people can thumb up it or thumb down it, and I will do the alphabet in that order. We're using those words or something like that. I'll do this the second. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Not that complicated. So anyway, utilitarian. Yeah, it just seems, I've said it before, but what else is there? Come on. It's like a synonym for rational. Yeah, you got to do things to the net benefit. There's no other equation. There's an end result. You got to get the most out of it, the best efficiency. And you can always change the equation and say, well, what are we out for as a product? Do we need to make the product for 30 years or just 3 days? Obviously your equations can change if you change the scenario. But let's just say the human race was going to be here for another 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years. Well, then the utilitarian thing to do, the rational thing to do, would be to measure that whole entity and to say, what's the best thing you can do now for that whole entity? Obviously, the human race hasn't invested in 10 years in the future, or 20, or 30, or 40. It can't even do that rationally. But that's the utilitarian thought process, is that you've got to, if you have the expectation that we are going to exist, it would only make sense that some people, that we as people, recognize there's a bigger interest than our own personal interest, and that if we consume other people's air or their water, then they won't have anything to drink or breathe. So it just seems, you can't torture millions in the future for your personal, soda pop today. That's just illogical. So that's what utilitarian is. It's just logic. And the only thing that makes it at all complicated is figuring out what the implications of an action will be, what the cause and effect chain will do. We can't know all those nuances. Just like we can't predict the weather perfectly, you can't know for certain, will the human race be here another 10 days? If the whole planet's going to get hit by a comet in 14 days, then that utilitarian equation is completely broken, unless you're aware of that. So, yeah, so you have to first predict the future accurately, to some extent, in some sort of broad terms, and, you know, you have to understand what causes will produce what effects. But other than that, the idea of the math is purely logical. So, but yeah, there's these idiots, apparently a lot of them on planet Earth, who really can't get it. All they care about is, I want to go sailing today, or I want to, you know, eat a Mongolian river pig. I mean, they just don't care. They're just, all they say is, I want, and they don't know, their vocabulary apparently doesn't have too many other words in it. So anyway, enough mumbo jumbo. Yeah, it really is enough. Getting a little cold even. Yeah. Till next time. Alright, letter V. It's really, yeah, only one word comes to mind. Value. 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 Wow, that's a great tree. Yeah, good stuff. Lots of great trees in here. Alright, they're just good trees. They're not great trees. Anyway, yeah, value. Lots of value equations, lots of ways to describe this thing. But I guess the fundamental argument needs to first be made to any human being is that none of these things have value except in that they can affect a sentient creature capable of manifestating a feeling. Yeah, feelings are the core, are the root, are the origin of all value. Something's valuable because it can create comfort in humans, our animals, our sentience. And so it just becomes an equation. Something's more valuable if it creates more happiness or prevents more suffering. And I would argue the suffering equation, eliminating, is far more important. So, you know, something like, oh, I don't know. I mean, you can make all kinds of comparisons. I mean, obviously 10 pounds of rice are going to do a lot more good in the world than 10 pounds of diamonds, you know, in terms of real good. You know, the diamonds can't really do much for anybody in hard discomfort, and they only comfort the kind of silly and frivolous. So, you know, but yeah, there's lots of equations like that. You know, if I was to work 8 hours a day, it'd be better if I was making something that gave people comfort, eliminated their pain, than if I was making, like, I don't know, those foam fingers saying number one. So morons at a sports stadium would have a number one finger. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a lot better if I was growing food or making medicines or something like that than making foam number ones. So anyway, yeah, that's the nature of value. It really is just about the equation of easing people's miseries and sufferings, period. And in a way, you could describe want as a type of suffering, a type of yeah, it seems kind of a exaggeration a little bit, but yeah, that's what it comes down to. You are disquieted, discomforted when you don't have what you desire. Hey, the town cut the tree, which is nice of them. It's kind of a pretty little stack of wood. I should steal it. Yeah, maybe it's free. Yeah, I'll carry it home. What will I do with it, though? I don't have a wood-burning stove anymore. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so value is all made out of effect on the sentient collective. And that's the other part of that equation, is it's always got to be the collective thing. there's no point in monetizing anything based on its effect on one individual. I mean, you have to take its effect in the context of a whole bunch of pieces that are of all semi or substantially equal substance or importance. And that's sort of the only rational way to look at it. Looking for a place to cross the stream here. I think I'll use that one up there. I don't know. This is kind of dicey too. Anyway, I'm gonna see if there's anything in that pond worth filming. I mean, got a stick. I'm gonna tie the camera on a stick. So this ought to be funny. See how many cameras Gary can ruin today. Really haven't ruined any yet this year. This isn't a great place to cross. Screw you, asshole. Anyway. So, yeah, short video. Yeah, till next time. And such and so forth and whatnot. I'll just leap here, maybe. Have to leap. I don't like leaping because my old stroke leg does not like to leap. I say leap, and it just doesn't know quite what to do. It doesn't seem to remember the leap function. Or maybe it's the landing. It doesn't like landing. So I will leap with the other foot and attempt to land on that rock there that's kind of crookedy. Maybe I should leap further. That crooked rock looks like a way of breaking my ass. Maybe I'll just leap into that shallow area. Like this, so. Oh, there. Yes, I successfully leaped into the shallow area. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whenever you're doing something faggoty, it's good to talk like a Britisher. Yeah. Anyway, till next time. Yeah, this is the pond of goo. Ooh, goo pond. Yeah, good stuff. Have all kinds of memories as a kid here. It was a better pond back then. Had fish in it and such. Spent many a nice summer day here in my youth. Yeah, sort of lost its charm over the years. It's kind of fail all over the place now. So anyway, there's one lily pad over here, so maybe I'll try to see if there's anything video-bubble by the, no, I'm not going to be able to reach all the way out there. My stick isn't long enough. Ooh, dragonfly, look at the size of it. Big fucker. Holy schmoly. That one's like from dinosaur days. Alright, well, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, oh, sorry. It's supposed to be a short video. Till next time and such.